My next guest is an actress who freely admits that she has received the note, perhaps do a little less, many times during a rehearsal over the years, but thankfully that didn't apply in her latest role as the vivacious and flirtatious Maud O'Hara in Rivals.
I literally said to the director at the time, like, you've got to understand, I've been doing this job for 30 odd years and I've never once been told do more. So that was very freeing, because I have a habit in rehearsal. I always say to directors, don't panic in rehearsal, because I go big and then pull it back because I have to get it out of my soul.
Hello and welcome back to the bonus episode of These Three Things, the podcast that asks which one person, place and treasured possession have profoundly impacted your life and why. My next guest is the critically acclaimed and multi-award winning actress, Victoria Smurfit. Most recently, she has starred in a new adaptation of Ibsen's Ghosts, receiving 5-star rave reviews. Fresh from that run, she went straight into filming the second series of Jilly Cooper's Rivals. Her portrayal of Maud O'Hara, the uber-sexy yet patently frustrated actress-turned-housewife, has undeniably captured the hearts of a nation. Victoria, a very warm welcome to These Three Things. How are you today?
I'm good. I'm thrilled with that introduction. Good Lord, you do my PR. This is fabulous. I'm not treated like any of those things at home.
Oh, well, thank you for saying yes to being a guest. It's absolutely lovely to see you. Are you at home today recording?
I am. I'm in my husband's office, hence the Union Jack sofa, which I'm trying to pretend isn't there. And then I realized I made myself a cup of tea and I've got this. So I'm really failing as an Irish woman.
Oh, not at all. Not at all. Well, I have to start by asking, how is filming going? Are you having an absolute ball round two?
Oh, it's fantastic. Do you know what's extraordinary? It's been 2 years since we shot season 1. And because everybody's come back, the crew, the cast, everybody's back. Everybody wanted to be part of it again. And we're in the same studios. They've put the trucks in the same way, that when I walked back into the unit base, I'm like, did those 2 intervening years actually happen? It was like going literally straight back to one. It's divine. It's divine.
You just look like you're all having so much fun. I mean, I have to say, as an Uber fan, I devoured the series 3 times.
Good girl.
And I think the thing that really stands out is how much you all really genuinely love each other. And what a laugh you've had. I mean, Instagram reels, that's just you guys getting together, having the time of your life.
Yeah. Yeah, that's genuinely it. It's funny. It's this sort of wild alchemy that Dominic Treadwell Collins has put together, and Kelly Valentine Hendry, like, as the casting director. They, there's such an important part of filming is all the stuff that we don't see. That comes together, which is the trying to find the right people that will have the right chemistry, that will get the memo of the tone of the project that we're doing, the freedom of the soul, the joy. And there isn't anybody that doesn't get the memo. And we all get on as if we've always worked together. And it is as revoltingly fun as you think it is.
I am so looking forward to season 2, and I just wish you all the very best with the rest of this run, because I know that there's more episodes coming this time round. And yeah, we in Wales cannot wait. So why don't we get stuck in now? As you know, I ask which one person, place and treasured possession have profoundly impacted your life and why. So it's not the person that you love the most, but that person who you feel set you on your way, got you closer to your destiny in somehow. So who have you chosen and why?
Well, I've chosen, it's a really hard one to do. It's considerably harder than you imagine. Because obviously you do the Rolodex of all the people that you love. And then I had to remember that you said it's not necessarily that. And for me, the person who changed the direction of my life and the trajectory of it was a casting director called Ros Hubbard. Herself, Ros and John Hubbard have been they're the foundations of TV and film, particularly in the 90s and the 2000s when I was starting off. And they're an Irish pair, and She changed my life in an instant by asking me to audition for a film called Run of the Country with Albert Finney. And they were looking for an Irish girl. I was in drama school playing everything except Irish and everything except girls. I was playing Bagheera the Black Panther. I was playing men. I was playing all sorts of things, as you do in drama school, and never an Irish girl. And she called me in to cast for it. It was my first ever casting. She was so kind, so fun. And I sat down with her with the pages and was telling her I was pregnant and I'm in love with her because she was playing the male young lead. And yeah, she changed my life for forever, really, got me on the path.
So were you finishing drama school and you went for an audition, or had you fresh out of drama school and it was your sort of first job?
No, I auditioned for it in my second year. So I was doing
Okay.
a 3-year course at the Bristol Old Vic, which sadly now is coming to an end, which is really sad. But that's another thing that's like just awful. And so I went up, I got the train to London, navigated the tubes, feeling like a big grown up at sort of 19 and a half, and went into her office, so nervous, flop sweat, not knowing what to expect, not knowing what I'd have to do. I had no clue, never done it before, just done drama school stuff, which is quite intense. You can't walk, you can't talk, you can't breathe, you can't do anything right. Fix it, fix it, fix it. I can't dance for sure, can't sing 1000%. So I'm pretty sure I can act. And so went into her lovely living room. So it was really relaxed. And I remember we sat on the sofa and we just read the scenes and she gave me some ideas and we read them again and read them again. And she was just like, love it. Left not knowing how the protocol played out. I was tickled pink by the idea of telling this fantastic, very motherly Irish woman how much I loved her and how I was pregnant with her baby, and just those moments of being out of reality, which of course is acting. And she was just so supportive. She was just brilliant. So she changed my life 1000%. And if I ever win a big prize, she's the first person I'm thanking.
Well, that's just so beautiful to hear, because what I really captured there was that you were met with so much kindness, because, you know, as the 19-year-old, this is so intimidating. You want so much to do well and land that first job. And yet everything can go against you. I mean, we can sabotage our best opportunities in a moment, can't we?
Oh, easy.
But she made you feel so relaxed and welcome and warm, which obviously put you off to a good start. And has she always been that way with everyone?
I would guess yes. You know, you don't want to cross her. She's like most Irish women. They'll give and give and give and give, but don't cross me. And so I'm assuming I've never crossed her, touch wood, so I don't know. But I'd say there's you don't get to be Rose Hubbard without having a very clear core and being strong as well as loving. And she was extraordinary, still is extraordinary, and she gave me opportunity after opportunity going forward. She taught me how to take notes, because she said, you know, I'm gonna work with you, and you learn how to be mercurial within the scenes. You don't just learn it and this is my way or the highway. And every time I've seen her since, it's this sounds really vomity, but it is like going home every time I see her, and I get to kind of give her a big hug, because she was the first person who gave me a shot.
Yeah, she gave you a shot. And then, as you said, you've gone on to work with her and she's cast you in so much more. And that opportunity has carried on, has it?
No, no, I haven't worked with her subsequently. She's always given me the opportunity, but I wasn't right for the part, or I messed it up. You know, I remember auditioning for Tomb Raider way back in the day, 1,001 years ago. And they wanted Angelina Jolie, obviously, who got the part, but they had myself and another actress in the wings, where they dyed my hair dark and my eyebrows dark, and they had me all ready and, you know, as backup just in case, because I was quite kind of strong and fit and kick ass at the time. And but obviously Angelina took it. So she's always, whatever opportunities come by, she's always sort of got me in the door. And her kids now run the business, Amy and Dan, and they're just a fantastic family.
Yeah. Have Ross and John retired? Have they stepped back?
You know what? I'm not 100% sure. You hear rumors of it, but I wonder if Roz will ever. I think she's living a really delicious life in Ireland and probably doesn't need to do the hijinks. But I don't 100% know. But I know if I walked into a room and saw her there, she would have to deal with being rugby tackled by the Smurf.
Oh.
Yeah.
The Smurf, I love it. Do you know, I read somewhere years ago about Ros Hubbard that when they were casting for The Commitments, she literally spent hours on the streets of Dublin listening to buskers and listening to artists to see what would be the real raw talent that would fit that film. I mean, that film for me was, as it was for many, so iconic.
Oh, extraordinary.
And, I mean, the best, wasn't it? It was brilliant.
This is the power of casting. I can't believe it's taken this long to get into BAFTA and into the Oscars. The power of casting is extraordinary, and to rivals, the casting. When you see good casting, when you see thought out casting, not just for who fits this role, but who's going to be open, who's going to bring the energy that we want. Because acting's all just throwing energy balls around, right? And she was the OG. She's the original gangster.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, has she commented on the part of Maud? Has she devoured it and, like I have, and phoned you up and said, darling, amazing?
No idea. I have no idea. I haven't a clue. I would really, really hope that if she does like Maud and does like what I've done with Maud, that she goes, I set her off on her path. I hope she would think that.
This is one of the things I love about the podcast, is that when it airs, you get to send her this and she gets to understand. I'm sure she knows deep in her heart the sentiment which you hold for her, but that you can say, look, of all the people I chose, it was you. And maybe she could sit and listen to this episode one day and think, wow, I've done that for not just Victoria, but probably thousands of Irish actors, young and old.
Thousands of actors all over the world. I mean, yeah. When you've got a casting eye, it's a skill set you can't learn. You just have it, I think.
Did she ever give you feedback? You say don't cross it. Did she ever give you feedback where you thought, oh God, I've really got to take that note on, and really sort of made you to develop again in another sense?
I think the note that I get all the way through my life is a little smaller, Vic, a little smaller. I mean, I think the only time I ever got the note be bigger was when I was playing Cruella de Vil for Once Upon a Time. And I literally said to the director at the time, like, you've got to understand, I've been doing this job for 30 odd years and I've never once been told do more. So that was very freeing, because I have a habit in rehearsal. I always say to directors, don't panic in rehearsal, because I go big and then pull it back because I have to get it out of my soul. So she was the first one to go, maybe take it a bit more internally.
That's the key, the signal. And how is her relationship with John? Were they quite the pair? Was she definitely the one that wore the trousers?
Oh, they share the trousers. Like they're a fantastic pair, and they were very, very much on the same page, but would share the trousers. Like you could be in a room with both of them, you could be in a room with one of them or the other, and with a very symbiotic, fantastic relationship. From my perspective, walking in either to meet Roz or John.
Well, let's wait for that BAFTA for Rivals 2, and
so
you
I
can
say
thank Roz.
Thank you to her.
Personally, yes, let's manifest this now. I'm putting it out there for Victoria. You deserve it. Okay, I'm going to segue now onto your place. So that place in life that has profoundly impacted you, somewhere that you always know that you're home, where your soul belongs. Where have you chosen?
Well, this was another tough one. These are tricky questions, I'm
They're
sure
not
you've heard
easy.
it from others. Yeah. When I was thinking about that, because I'm a bit of a butterfly. I travel a lot, and I've lived in lots of different places, and wherever I am is home. So especially, with with the kids. So it was hard to pinpoint one place that was sort of, at least theoretically, a constant. And the place that I always sort of go is walking into my dressing room of whichever job I'm doing, whether it's the theatre dressing room, whether it's part of a three-way on a TV set, whether it's a Winnebago, whether it's a room in the back of a studio. Whenever I walk into my dressing room, I go, right, I've got this. I know where I'm at. I know it's where I can be terrified. It's where I can be confident. It's where I can do my work. It's where I can feel the lowest of lows, the highest of highs, depending on how the day goes. And there's no one in there to tell me, don't feel that or don't do that. It's because sometimes if you've had, say, a bad performance, or you've had a bad scene, or you just don't feel good about yourself, or something's gone a bit awry, you can go to your dressing room and go, ugh. And no one's going to go, no, it'll be all right, don't worry. No, I just need to go for a second. And then jump back. I get too bored too quickly to be in misery. So it'll only be like a minute or two and then you're out. And the same with if you do something good and you're like, check me out. I feel like I did a good job. And you can give yourself that minute, or, oh my gosh, my lines, where have they popped out of my head, or I look old and ugly and disgusting, or whatever horrible inner monologue is going in your head while you're transitioning from mum to Maud, or in Ghosts, or Cruella, wherever you've got a private little bubble. And so that's always been my safe place.
I love that. Do you have a special routine when you first land in a dressing room? Do you always bring sort of your smellies or your candles or your cards or little trinkets or good luck things that you've collected along the way that you like to make home because you're going to be there for a while?
No. I'm not into gewgaws, which is an Irish expression for bits and pieces. I mean, if I'm given a candle, I light the candle and I love the candle. But will I bring the candle? No. If I'm given a card, I'll put the card up. But would I? So no, it tends to be, because invariably there'll be makeup or jewelry or costume or my book or my iPad. I'll make it messy regardless. So not really, truth be told. I'm not terribly girly. I have about 4 pairs of shoes and 2 handbags. So I'm not a things person per se.
And do you have a moment where you're just sat in the chair before you go on, where it's just you and that mirror, and you just have a little chat or a prayer to yourself before going on? Do you have any of those little routines or rituals?
No, but I will always. Ooh. My mum passed a couple of years ago suddenly, and since she's gone, I would always call her when I was in my dressing room, say, I'm here, check out the costume, here's a picture, oh my gosh, I'm so excited, and she'd be so excited for me, we'd chat. So now, I'm sorry. Now I'll talk to her. I'll just talk to her and say, just mum, be with me. I don't know. I'm going to do my best. I hope I don't let you down. I'm going to do it. And so I can't do it on the phone, but I can do it there.
Beautiful. Yeah. And I bet, receiving the award, the reviews that you've had from Ibsen's Ghost, she's absolutely thrilled. You must be too.
Well, she was, I felt like she was with me in the wings. And I did say, I hadn't been on stage for 17 years. Sorry, I've got a bit teary. Forgive me.
Not at all.
I don't like to cry for free, Debs. That's what I said. I like to get paid for my tears. Do you know what I mean?
I'll see what we can do.
I'm kidding. Before I went on for the opening preview, I had to call my best friends and say, there's a large possibility I might have a heart attack and die. So here's where I left a secret 50 quid, and I've got a necklace in that drawer. And, because genuinely, I hadn't been on stage for 17 years. And I had 100 pages of dialogue and monologue to remember in my perimenopausal brain. I just thought this could go so horribly wrong. And so, but thankfully it didn't. And yeah, we were all sort of a bit blown away and chuffed. I mean, 5 stars in The Guardian. What?
Yeah, I know. I read them. Amazing. Congratulations. And I've seen a lot of Rachel's work over Rachel O'Riordan, your theatre director.
Phenomenal.
Special. Yeah, very special. So huge congratulations. Do you have a favourite particular dressing room that really stands out that you remember of any particular theatre that you've loved?
I loved the one at the Lyric, I have to say. I did. I really loved. I thought the Lyric as a theatre is so beautiful because it throws you for a loop because you're going into what is quite a brutalist building. I think it used to be an IKEA or a shopping centre or something. So it's quite brutalist. And you think, oh, okay, I'm in a modern theatre. And then you go in and it is the most glorious, old style, West End style, red velvet, gold, ornate, proper theatre that apparently, I think it was during the war, they disassembled it from its original building and flat packed it and kept it safe and then rebuilt it in here. And it's just gorgeous and the acoustics are amazing and you've got these, great kooky dressing rooms backstage. My dressing room was the closest to the stage, I figure, because I didn't have a lot of time off stage. That was kind of them. Yeah, no, it's lovely. And it's lovely seeing everybody's names. Everybody writes their names on the walls and
great.
Added mine to it. And you feel part of history. You feel part of culture. So yeah, I was tickled.
To the Lyric, Hammersmith. Gorgeous. Thank you so much for that. Okay, last question. Treasured possession. What have you chosen? So if you were stripped of everything and you could take just one thing with you, what would that be and why?
Another tricky question, may I say.
Sorry.
So because I'm not really about things, I'm really not. I couldn't care less. The only thing I could come up with was, I'm wearing it today for you, is...
oh, beautiful.
My mum wore this necklace almost every day of her life. Sorry, I haven't done my nails. I'm gross. Almost every day of her life. And it was on her when she went to the dogs. And I mean, her actual dogs. She didn't go to the dogs in that expression. Like her dogs had passed too. God, that sounds awful. But when she went on, she was wearing it, and I was lucky enough to be with her when she passed. Talking of dogs.
Hello, there he is. There's Moses. Yeah,
and that she was wearing it, and she was in my arms when she went, and so I don't wear it very often. I wore it for my I got married about 18 months ago, and weird stories. So when I decided for my wedding day I would wear this, and she had diamond studs, and I thought, well, I wear mum's earrings and her necklace, so she's with me. She was with me anyway. I'm super hippy-dippy about that stuff. But I was having my hair done. So I was in a mirror and I'm jibber-jabbering to my bridesmaids behind me, all my best mates. And one of them, Joanne Mitchell-Brunt, she goes, oh my God, look in the mirror. And I literally just clipped my necklace on and put the earrings in. And I looked up, and in the mirror was not my face, it was my mum's face. And she went, look, and she took a snap. And I've got the picture. I didn't want to share it because it's just too... And it was so bonkers. And it was bonkers not just because she saw it first, because she knew my mum very well. And my other bridesmaids went, and for a few seconds, my face in the mirror was my mum's.
Wow. And she caught it on camera. And so you've got that keepsake forever.
Yeah.
It's incredible. Well, I'm with you on all of that woo-woo. I know people call it woo-woo, but I'm right there with you.
They can be as woo-woo as people like. I don't care. I saw it. Not just I saw it. They saw it.
They saw it. And on your wedding day. And so what is the necklace? Is that a stone in the middle?
Yes.
Or is it diamonds around a diamond?
It's diamonds around a little sapphire.
Oh, a sapphire. Beautiful.
Yeah. It's really special. And she wore it every day.
You don't wear it every day?
No, because it'll do my head in. It's for special occasion. Like talking to you.
Thank you for wearing it today. How gorgeous. Now, you mentioned you had children. You have 3 children, is that right?
I do.
Do you have more than one girl?
I have 2 girls. I have a nearly 21-year-old and an 18-year-old girl. I have a 16-year-old boy, and I have 2 stepchildren. Also a girl who's nearly 21 and a boy who's 18.
Okay, well, the girls are going to have to share the necklace, I imagine, in days to come.
There'll be a squabble, but I won't be there to watch it, so it'll be fine.
It's absolutely beautiful. It sounds like you had a really close relationship with your mum.
Yeah, no, I did. And like proper mother and daughter, we fought like cats and dogs, and we made up, because it's that relationship between especially firstborn daughter and mother is firstborn daughter has to break the boundaries so that she gets to be her and not a version of you. And my daughter has done that too as well. And I know what she's doing. I'm like, okay, I get it. You don't want to be me. I totally understand that. And so it's, but we had a really, really close relationship. And yeah, and I'm very cross with her for begging off without telling me.
Did she always know that you wanted to act? And did she always champion you into that world? And did she manage to see you at the height of your success?
She did champion me. She was very keen that myself and my brother found out what we wanted to do. She was very clear, as was my dad, that you go into the acting business and it's the business of rejection, that you have to be prepared for that. She was always an amazing champion, but she'd make me laugh because she'd watch something I did on TV. She goes, "Oh, your hair, honestly, custard curtains," and that because she was hilarious. But she was very proud, and I know she would have. She had this very interesting sort of way about how she dealt with people. Would say, "Oh, I saw your daughter on." She'd go, "Yes, I know." She classic Irish, like, "Well, we don't want to make a fuss, but yes," but secretly, to me, she'd say, "I'm terribly, terribly proud," but she'd never say it to anybody else. She was great.
Oh, your dear mum. Oh, Victoria, this has been so lovely. Thank you so much for sharing. To your person, Ros Hubbard, the wonderful, brilliant Ros Hubbard, the casting director that set you on your path. To that dressing room, wherever it is in the world. And at the moment, you're filming where? All over Britain?
We film generally down in Bristol and around the counties there, and
so you're in a trailer dressing room, I imagine.
Now.
I
am.
And to that beautiful necklace that you inherited from your dear mum, I've absolutely loved having you on These 3 Things. Thank you for being a guest.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
It's been wonderful. And all the best with Rivals 2, and we will see you soon. As we wrap up Series 3 of These 3 Things, I want to thank all our wonderful guests who shared their stories. From Scott Thompson's life-changing gym encounter to Kiko Matthews' solo row across the Atlantic after brain surgery, and John Thompson's moving tribute to his drum teacher. Every personal story shared left a profound impact. We heard from Matthew Rees of his unending love for Wales, and Diana Dugdale of the magic of Wasing Estate, and Sir Gareth Edwards on the mentor who set him on the path to rugby greatness. Peregrine Armstrong-Jones shared tales of the tropical paradise that is St. Bart's, while Sue Pollard spoke fondly of spreading her father's ashes off the island of Oahu. Finally, Victoria Smurfit honoured casting director Ros Hubbard, who championed her talent at a young age, giving her the head start that began her acting career. 9 voices, 9 journeys, each revealing people, places and possessions that helped shape them. I'm so grateful for your support, feedback and for sharing this podcast. We're taking a short break and we will be back with Series 4 later this year. Until then, stay well, enjoy your summer. Thank you.